Hello students, welcome to the daily newspaper analysis, and today we shall be discussing prelims related important topics, and the news will be from various sources like the Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, etc. So please focus on what all we are discussing because at last you will be having three very important prelims practice questions. So let's start our discussion. So today we shall be discussing three very important topics. First will be related to cheetahs. Second will be related to ninth International Santhal Conference and Blue Book and Yellow Book. So see, no, it's not like we are just discussing three topics. These are only three important news topics, and within that we will be discussing various prelims related facts. So let's start with the first topic. And first topic is related to cheetahs. So, see, the context is that the very important body, that is NTCA, said that cheetahs traveling from Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan were showing natural territorial behavior. So, first, let's understand the news because after understanding, no, we will get an idea that what all is important for prelims. So, see, please listen it carefully. We will be understanding briefly. So see, as you all know that once India had very good numbers of cheetahs. Earlier, India had very good number of cheetahs. But what happened in 1952? That cheetahs went extinct from India. And what were the reasons for that? The reasons were mainly because of hunting. And second reason was because of habitat loss. These two were the reasons for the extinction of cheetahs. Now, to bring cheetahs back and to increase their population, the government launched what we call as Project Cheetah. And when this project Cheetah was launched, it was launched in the year 2022. So see, this year is also very important. Know about the Project Lion, Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project Cheetah, especially the year in which they were launched. The year is very important. Now, so what happened under this Project Cheetah? Mainly, not mainly, the only the African cheetahs were brought into India. And what were those three countries from where cheetahs were brought? So those countries were Namibia, okay, South Africa, and Botswana. So the name of these countries is also very important. No, in any of the statement you can see UPSC can provide the name of these countries. So Botswana was the third and most recent country from where the cheetahs were brought into India. So three countries. Till now, from three countries, African cheetahs have been translocated to India. Now, they were brought from these African countries. Now, what was the place, what was the location where they were translocated? So, the place was Kuno National Park. And where this Kuno National Park is, it is in Madhya Pradesh, the central Indian state. So this was the thing. They were brought from Africa and they were translocated to Kuno National Park. Now, recently, what happened? Two cheetahs, which were born in India, so they traveled from Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan. So they traveled around 60 to 70 kilometers from Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan. So now some people were showing the concern. So the thing is, it is actually a very good thing. It is not a problem. It is a natural territorial behavior. So the thing which we read in context, no, that they were showing natural territorial behavior. So what is the meaning of that? See, large predators like lion, tiger, cheetah, they often travel long distances to establish a new territory. So in a way, it is very good thing that some of the cheetahs were translocated in India and now they are trying to feel homely. So they are trying to establish their new territory. So this is very good thing for India. Now, to support all these things, because see, as we know that the cheetahs will be roaming here and there from one state to another. So to support this movement, the government is planning a Kuno. Okay, so for that. Just a second. So for that, government is planning a Kuno Gandhi Sagar National Park so that cheetahs can roam here and there freely between Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So that was all for the news. Now let's discuss some of the prelims related points because we discussed the entire thing, but now we have to discuss what all points are important from prelims perspective. So first of all, we have to discuss about the characteristics of cheetah itself. So first important point about the cheetah is that it is the fastest land animal. Very, very important thing. Please remember it. Second important thing is about the distinct features of cheetah. So in distinct features, a very important thing is that cheetahs have non-retractable claws for better grip. What is the meaning of this? See, various large predators, for example, this is paw of any predator. So, various large predators like the lion or tiger, all these predators have no retractable claws. For example, these nail-like extensions, these are the claws. So various predators have the ability to take these claws back. So this is called as retractable claws. So whenever they are not needed, whenever any prey is not there, so these predators can take these claws back. So the paw of predators will look like this. But in case of cheetahs, they cannot take these claws back. So every time they will be visible. So this is a distinguishing characteristic of cheetah. Please remember that. And other features are like slender body, long legs, black tear marks, etc. etc. Now another important thing is about the habitat. So they prefer open grasslands, savannas, etc. And this is the very important reason why Kuno National Park was used for the translocation of cheetahs. Now, another thing is about the diet. So, see, generally these large predators are carnivorous only. So, they mainly feed on the various animals. From UPSC perspective, IUCN status is very important. So, mainly we have two kind of cheetahs. First is African cheetah, and second is Asiatic cheetah. So Asiatic cheetah are only found in Iran, and since their number is very less, so their IUCN status is critically endangered. Now talking about African cheetahs, because the cheetahs which are coming in India, they are African cheetahs only, not Asiatic cheetahs. So the IUCN status of African cheetah is vulnerable. So you have to remember this thing. Next important thing for prelims is the project cheetah itself. So here first important thing is you have to remember the year, in which year this project was launched. In the same way you have to remember about the project elephant, tiger, lion, all these years you have to remember. Second important thing, that what was the main purpose? The main purpose was the reintroduction of cheetahs in India to increase their population. And cheetahs were declared extinct in India in the year 1952. We already discussed that. Now, coming to another important thing, that is Kuno National Park. So this is important from a location perspective also. So first of all, let's discuss the location only. So first of all, see, Kuno National Park is located in the central Indian state, that is Madhya Pradesh. This is first important thing. And in Madhya Pradesh also, in which district it is located? It is located in Shiopur district. Another important thing is, see, these are Vindhyan Hills. These are important geographical features. And somewhere here, these are Satpura Hills. Now see the location of Kuno National Park. Kuno National Park is located at the north side of Vindhyan Hills and Satpura Hills. So in this way, you have to study any location relative to any geographical feature. And state, we already discussed that it is located in Madhya Pradesh. Now, whenever you read about any protected area, any geographical feature, the study of river is must. You must have an idea which river passes through that protected region. So here Kuno River, which is a tributary of Chambal River, passed through this park and divided into two sections. So now UPSC can give you the question with reference to Kuno National Park. Consider the following statements. And first statement is Chambal River passes through this park. So now, if you have the idea, even if you don't remember the name of river, but Chambal is a very important river. So at least you will have that idea that if some important river was not passing through that park. So in that way, you can easily eliminate. And it's easy to remember also because from Kuno National Park, Kuno River passes. So this is the thing. Now, another important thing is the terrain. So it is characterized by dry deciduous forest, open woodlands and grasslands. So as we already discussed that since cheetahs prefer open grasslands and woodlands, so Kuno National Park was very good destination for their translocation. Okay. Now, another important thing that is National Tiger Conservation Authority, because in context also we discussed about this body. So, first important point we must know if any body is constitutional, extra constitutional, or statutory, or any other kind of body. So, first of all, it is statutory body. That means it is created under any statute or any act. So, what is that act? That is Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Another important thing is the ministry. So it comes under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And it's one of the important role is to implement other projects like Project Tiger, Project Cheetah. So this was all for the first news related to cheetah. So please go back, see the video again because at the last we will be discussing practice prelims questions. Now, another article is the ninth International Santhal Conference. So here the context is the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, graced the ninth International Santhal Conference at Darjeeling, West Bengal on 7th March 2026. So see, for state PSC point of view, this no place is only important. That ninth International Santhal Conference took place at which place? So it was in Darjeeling, sorry, and Darjeeling is in West Bengal. So first of all, let's discuss about the news briefly. Now, what is the news? What all things happened in the conference? Then we will discuss prelims related points. So as we know that President attended this conference, and what was the main purpose of this conference? It celebrates the culture and contribution of the Santhal tribal community. And one more important point here: the President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, also belongs to Santhal tribal community. So that's why it is also more important. Now, as we know that Santhals have a very rich history of resistance against exploitation by the Britishers. So, one of the earliest tribal revolts from Santhal community was led by Tika Maji, and it was around 240 years ago. See, name of these leaders are very important for prelims. So please do focus on these names. So around 240 years ago, this revolt was led by Tikha Maji. Now comes the year 1855, from where we all read in Spectrum and other books. So in 1855 happened what we call as Santhal Hul, or the famous Santhal Rebellion. So the Santhal Rebellion was led by various leaders, and what was name of those leaders? Sido, Kanu, Chand, and Bhairav. And two important female leaders were also there. What was their name? First was Fulo, and second was Jhano. So name of these leaders is very important for prelims because UPSC simply can give the match the column type of question also. The here the name of the revolts, here name of the leaders. So at least if you have the idea about the Santhal revolt and the leaders, you can eliminate the option. So these were the name of the leaders. Now let's discuss another important thing which was discussed in the conference. Another important thing was about the Santhali language. So what's about Santhali language? So, from this language perspective, the year 2003 was very important. Why it was important? Because in this year, Santhali language was included in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution. And what was the Constitutional Amendment Act? It was added through 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act 2003. So, what is the meaning of that? Now, Santhali language got the official recognition. Another important thing about Santhali language is about the script, that in which script this language is written. So this language is written in Old Chiki script. This thing is also very important from exam point of view. So Old Chiki script. Now more important is who invented this script, who is also known as the father of the no, Santhali script. So this script was invented by Pandit Raghunath Murmu. So he is known as the father of Santhali script. So you have to remember this name. So all these things were discussed in the conference. So that's why we also discussed these things in brief. So here in this conference, the president emphasized that tribal communities have to preserve their culture, traditions, and all these things were recognized in the conference. Now, from exam point of view, what all things are important? Let's discuss briefly those also. So, first important thing is about the Santhal tribe itself. So, first of all, you must know the regions where these tribes are present. So, mainly these tribes are present in this around in the eastern part of India. That is Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha, and Jharkhand. So, this thing is very important. Second thing is about the Santhali language. So as we already discussed that it was included under 8th schedule in 2003 through 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act. And what is the script? Script is the Old Chiki script. And at present, how many languages do we have in 8th schedule? So at present, we have 22 languages. Now, coming to the old Chiki script, the script in which Santhali language is written. So, we already discussed that it was invented by Pandit Raghunath Murmu in 1925. Very, very important for prelims also and for state TSC also. And so that's why he is often called as father of old Chiki script. No, now it's not like before 1925 he script was invented in 1925. So it's not like before that Santhali language did not exist. It existed, but before that different other kind of scripts were used. So what were those scripts? It was Devanagari, Bengali, and Odia. So these scripts were used to write Santhali language. After that came the Old Chiki script. Now, very important rebellion, that is the Santhal Wall or Santhal Rebellion of 1855. So, as we know that this rebellion was against the exploitation by the Britishers, and these were the important leaders: Sidho Kanu, Chand Bhairav, Pholo, and Jhanu. We already discussed about this. So, though the British, see, it's not like the people won in the Santhal rebellion, but so though it was suppressed by the Britishers, but it became an important tribal resistance movement. Okay. Now, another important thing, and that is the blue book and yellow book. So, it's also very important. Yes, yes. Okay, here the context is the Union Home Secretary has sent a letter to the West Bengal Chief Secretary requesting a detailed report on the violation of the rules in the Blue Book. So, no, you cannot understand everything from the context. Let's discuss briefly what happened. See, actually, the controversy began when President Draupadi Murmu visited West Bengal to attend the International Santhal Conference, which we discussed in the second article. So, what happened in the conference, during the conference, and in the conference, the union government claimed that state government did not follow the required security protocols. This was the main issue, that required security protocols were not followed. And these protocols are mentioned in something what we call as Blue Book. That's why Blue Book was in news. So it mentions different kind of protocols which are related to no important dignitaries in India. So what these rules say? So according to these rules, the chief minister, chief secretary, and DGP are normally required to receive the president, but they were absent during her visit. So that's why central government raised this issue. So, due to this protocol violation, and even the venue of the event was also changed. So, due to this protocol violation and sudden change in the venue, the Union Home Ministry has asked the West Bengal government to submit a detailed report that what all things have happened and why the security protocols which are given in the Blue Book were not followed. So, this was the main thing. Now, let's understand the complete news about the blue book, yellow book briefly. So, see, in India, the security arrangement for important leaders, for all the important leaders, so security arrangement are regulated by two things. What we call as first is blue book and second is the yellow book. So, first of all, let's discuss about the blue book. So, the blue book contains detailed security protocols for the president, vice president, and Prime Minister of India. This is very important thing. And second important thing is Blue Book is issued by the Home Ministry. Okay, it is issued by the Home Ministry and it outlines how security should be arranged during their visits, including the responsibility of various state authorities. So, if we consider this example only, so when President is visiting any state, so the Chief Minister, the Chief Secretary, and Director General of Police are expected to receive the President as a part of official protocol. So, this was about the Blue Book. Now, coming to Yellow Book. So, on the other hand, Yellow Book deals with the security arrangements of the other political personalities. Other political personalities. So, other political personalities and other important individuals. So, the security under Yellow Book is mainly based on the threat perception. So based on the level of threat you can have, so based on that level of threat, you will be provided various kind of securities like Z plus, Z, Y, X, all these type of securities you will be provided. So this is the thing with the yellow book. So now let's discuss the points briefly. So about the blue book, so as you already discussed that these arrangements, security arrangements are related to President, Vice President, and Prime Minister of India. And the guidelines contained in the blue books are issued by the Home Ministry and the Special Protection Group Act. Another important thing is the security arrangements for former prime ministers and immediate family members are regulated by Special Protection Group Act 1988. So these things can also be covered under the provisions of Blue Book. Now, coming to Yellow Book. So, in Yellow Book, we already discussed that these arrangements for other political personalities. No, so the president, vice president, prime minister, all these dignitaries are not included in that. And the security which is provided, it is based on the threat perception. So, based on that, Z plus Z, Y, X, these kind of securities can be provided. Now, coming to the interesting part, and that is the questions. So, we shall be discussing three questions based on the three topics which we discussed. You have to provide me the answer in the comment section, and the answer and the explanation for these questions we shall be discussing in the next section, that will be tomorrow. So, first question is related to cheetah. With reference to the cheetah, consider the following statements. First is it is the fastest land animal. Second is its claws are non-retractable. Third is it is capable of roaring like lions. So now you have to tell me which of the option among A, B, C, D is correct. Second question is related to Santhali language. So with reference to Santhali language, consider the following statements. First is It is included in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Second is it is written in the Old Chiki script. Third is it was included in the 8th schedule through the 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act 2003. So, provide me answer in the comment section from ABCD which of the option is correct. Third, a very important question is the term blue book recently seen in news is used in the context of, because UPSC generally simply ask the question related to terms only, terms in the news. This term was in the news, it was in the context of which of the following. So in that reference, I have given this question. So first is guidelines for disaster management issued by the National Disaster Management Authority. Second is security arrangements for the president, vice president, and prime minister during the official visits. Third is a manual governing the conduct of parliamentary proceedings in India. And last, the classification system used by the Reserve Bank of India for regulating commercial banks. So you have to provide me the answer which of the options A, B, C, D are correct. So please go through the video once again. So in that way you can easily answer all these questions. So that's all for the discussion and we shall meet in the next video, that is tomorrow. Thank you.